Hello, my friends. Welcome in. It's the end of year 11. Gordon Bell moved to Toronto. Will he have moved on? I went back and looked at Andrew Wood. I cannot figure out why he made that move. So maybe in the last episode on the comments, you can explain why he was able to be picked up by Benfica for such a small sum. And my friends, will Brian McGee have left Tottenham to go anywhere where he can get, double-digit games? Let's go find out. First up, we've got Andrew Wood. Also, as you can tell, I'm recording this in the same outfit as I was last time, so I don't have the updated spreadsheet, so I'm going to be going off of my memory in terms of the contracts and stuff like that. With Benfica, we note down here automatically he's made 7 total appearances. Not good. Wanted. How seriously? Okay. Is that Lille? Yes, I always get that. Lille and Spartak Moscow. His agent's still Pekka, you could tell. 4 starts, 3 subs. I mean, that's about his average number of starts the last couple of seasons. A goal and assist on a 707. So he played well when he came in. It's not like he played poorly. 12 internationals, 3 cups, 4 goals in the cup, and 7 goals internationally with an assist. He's in the 7s on everything now that he made the move to Benfica, but they just didn't play him a lot. His contract, it got a small loyalty bonus. He's got another 3 years left on it. He's got some interest. I mean, if they're not going to play him but that much, you pick up a player for 6.5, you think you could sell him for 12, you probably do that, right? Like, just to flip him. When he played, okay, towards the end of the season, that's probably not, he had 7 total appearances, right? If we're looking at, let's just look at the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of his 7 total appearances came after January 18th. Okay, riddle me this. How does a guy come off of the 74th minute and not get a rating? Did he come on as a sub and then come right back off? That doesn't make any sense now, does it? But he didn't really play. We have to look this game up because now I'm confused. Only made 6 passes, 5 of them completed. Like, these are not the stats of a guy who played a lot. So we'll look up February 5th, Santa Clara in the league, okay? But, he scored against Boavista, came off in the 73rd minute against Forense, sorry if I'm butchering that. And then internationally, he's still playing and scoring. He's on like a 3-game, streak of scoring. Santa Clara, I'm really confused. Surely it was like a sub-on, sub-off situation. Sub-on, sub-off. That has to, because he's not in the starting 11 here. So he must have come on, then come back off? Did he get like a knock or something? Okay, we're looking at February. This is like, I feel like no. Nothing makes sense. That doesn't make any sense though, does it? I don't understand. Hold on a second. Okay, I went to click on it so I could try and figure out what happened, and that we'll just have to, you can't click on it, so we'll just have to go with he was subbed on and then subbed back off for some reason. I don't remember this being on here last time. Nomadic Striker. Which I guess you could see. He's been in a bunch of different countries. I thought he was going to get some minutes, Like, I thought this was it. Again, we'll check out, internationally, African nations, Group E. Okay, they get out of the group with Liberia and Guinea, and they lose to Morocco on penalties. He doesn't score in any of those games, but he did play. Didn't play well in that game. He played well against Guinea, and he played well against Liberia. Played in the friendlies here. Scored against Burundi. So he's involved. That's fine. They're just 70th in the world. All right, next player. Next up, it's Josh Payne, still with Man City. His value, I think, has increased like 5 or 4 million, something like that. Pay is still the same. Contract's still the same. He's now, oh no. He's wanted by Tottenham. We don't want that. Tottenham's not been good for our players. No, please. Passing, I think, is up to 19, because I talked about the composure and decisions and all that last time, but I think the passing has increased by 1. So we got another player that's close to a 20 on something. How did he do? Another 25 appearances, but same thing. 8 starts, 17 subs versus 9 starts, 16 subs. A lot less production, 2 goals, 2 assists, but he's on a 7.28 versus a 7.21, which is kind of interesting. 9 cup starts on a 7.26, 4 continental subs. So he didn't get any continental starts on a 6.6, adds 10 internationals on a 7.29. Had a twisted ankle where he's out for a month. So not great, but like not absolutely devastating. Still being played as, you know, that mix of the midfield and the attacking mid, advanced playmaker and attacking midfielder. And then for Poland, midfield, advanced playmaker. Man City, same manager, finished second. Well, that's why, because he didn't play Josh as much, right? Like if you'd done that, you'd been all right. For Poland, did he get any more games? Euro qualifying. He played an 8.4 against Belarus and a draw, a 6.6 and a win against Iceland, a 7.6 against Albania. Ooh, Nations League did not go well. I mean, France and Belgium, that's a tough group. But they don't go down. Romania goes down, actually. So they survive to stay at the top level. And then Euro qualifying, they are currently, Serbia, with a 5-point lead. They got to step it up, Poland does. But overall, things look to be going really well for him. I'm just, you know, it's not Pep, right? But it's one of those things that, like, it doesn't surprise me to see that much rotation in a Man City squad, right? Like, they've got, I'm imagining, a ton of really good players. So that kind of makes sense. It's just, I kind of wish he was getting, you know, like 25 league appearances. Now, it's showing him as the 10 right now in a 4-2-3-1. Ted Lasso's moved to center back from coaching. Ted Lasso joke, but I don't know if moving to Tottenham is the right move either. I don't know. Brian McGee has moved and he's unhappy. Wants to leave to play in the Champions League. Mate. He was on like 30-something grand, I think. 39-ish, 37 and a half, something like that. He's up to 52 grand. Leeds paid 27 million for him. So is he playing? We'll have to see with Greg Baxter. We're not going to look right now. But he finally, look at this. 34 starts, 701. Finally gets to play. 3 assists, 5 cup starts on a 6.9, 7 international starts on a 7.03. But he gets to, I can play at this level. However, Leeds finished 9th. Well, I mean, did you expect a significantly different experience? Like, Brian, come on, mate. You got a loyalty bonus. It happened right after the end of last episode. You got a 4-year deal. You're finally getting to play, and you're going to sit there and complain that, well, we're not in the Champions League. It's like, mate. I'm sure the rest of his teammates are like, you know, like, again, going back to the dynamics thing, like, all right, Brian, did you think we were going to make the Champions League just because you came in? You know, like, 34 is the most appearances he's had in an entire season. He should be happy. Pekka needs to call him and slap him upside the head. Although Pekka's like, no, move. Let's get another agent fee. But, I mean, that's awesome. They're playing him as a left wing back, as you would expect. Although, he did get 1 game here at central defender. Played a 6.6. For Chile, wing back. Okay. How's that gone? So he's picked up some more caps. I think he already had that goal last episode. Second player on the top player list. Lots of friendlies. As we noted, they got knocked out of the World Cup in Group M there, and then they haven't had anything else to kind of play in. So he's kind of just done his thing there for a little bit. But at least he moved, right? Like, that's got to be a positive. Does he move again? I mean, he's now worth 45, theoretically. That would be pretty crazy if they flipped him for like 50 million, right? I don't think that happens. I think he stays. Mr. Kev is still with Real Madrid. He's got a bruised head. He's doing all right. He's up to 275. He was on 250. He's now listed not by request. They listed him in December. They didn't think he had a long-term future with them. Chelsea, Tottenham, and Liverpool all interested. He's worth 82 million. They're asking 74. They paid 72. Oh no. Okay, hold on. That's the B team. He's still not good. How? Oh my goodness. Is this, I guess, because I don't watch Real Madrid. La Liga hasn't been readily available on my side of the pond, at least on the services I've had recently. Now, I think ESPN's picked up the rights as of like coming soon, maybe next year or the year after. I can't remember. I think it's this coming season. But is this just a Real Madrid thing where it's like, we'll pay $72 million for a player, he gives us 25 goals over 2 seasons, and then we don't really use him and we sell him for essentially what we paid for him? Is that what happens here? Is that what happens here? 2 starts, 8 subs, 4 goals, 7.25. Everything else is subs in the Cup and the Continental. He still gives them 4. He gets 5 subs in Continental competition and gives them 4 goals out of 7.28. He scored 17 goals internationally in 12 starts with 3 assists, only 6 players of the match on an 8-3-1. What? Oh my, that's just so sad to look at. After so much potential last season. Let's just take a look here. Scores a quad against St. Martin and Bonaire. A brace against Guyana. A brace and an assist against St. Kitts and Nevis. A goal and an assist against Bermuda. What were they playing in? He's got 58 goals on 76 caps for the Dominican. Okay, he's on internet. The flag wasn't there, and I was like, he's not retired, has he? They're 115th in the world. Okay, so that quad was a friendly. Okay, they got the Gold Cup. They are still in the group, but it's probably not looking too hot. Yeah, they're bottom of the group. They're essentially out of the Gold Cup. He scored against Jamaica. Everything else has been friendlies. Wow. Another quad again against Bonaire. He gets a goal. He gets a brace here. Look at this. So in 5 games, he scores what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goals. Wow. Wow. Now it's all, I don't want to call it meaningless. Like, you know, you're building your squad and whatever, but it's like, it wasn't like they had some like Caribbean Cup thing, right? Where he has to end up in, or he doesn't have to end up in England, but where else is going to afford him, right? Like, I think that's why you see like the Chelsea and the Tottenham and the Liverpool on the list, but that's kind of I'm disappointed for Mr. Kev. Like, it was like, wow, he's made it, and it's like whoop, and they're checking him off. Guess we'll have to see where he goes. Liam Planagan is still with Southampton, which is interesting. Regular starter. Okay, all right, 26 starts, 6.87, 11 continental on a 7.26, 7 international on a 7.04. So, you know, 1 more appearance and 2 more starts, really. A little worse on the rating. Contract is still the same. Had some knocks. Got a concussion, sprained ankle ligaments, concussion, a damaged heel. So not the best season from an injury standpoint. But when he was available, essentially, aside from a couple games, they were using him. They kind of rotated him in there a little bit, but he's been used a lot. And then for Paraguay, still playing. All right, we'll take a look at what's going on there. But he's not moved on, right? We had the conversation of like if they're going to sell him for like 45 million or something like that. I mean, he looks to be a pretty good ball-playing defender. Like, again, he's not your crossing and dribbling guy, right? But, like, good tackling, good technique, can pick out a pass. 6'3", good center back. You know, good in the air. Decent vision. Speed. Defending is really strong, though. Like, he's a ball-playing defender for Southampton. How'd they finish? They went down 13th. So, Steven Gerrard is the manager at Southampton. He goes from, you can't see this, Rangers to Brighton to Birmingham to Southampton. That's random. Paraguay, bunch of friendlies, right? Yeah, we saw the World Cup stuff, and then they haven't had anything since then. So he's picked up some additional caps, but it's more in preparation for the next round of World Cup qualifying that is coming. So, it's all right. All right, last episode, Peter moved to Atletico Pamplona. He's still there. He's still a squad player. He's now wanted by Brescia, who are in Serie A. So it's not like Brescia, relegated Brescia or something like that. He gets Okay, we saw 13 appearances in the first season. In the second season, he gets 21. Now, that's a little bit better, right? Squad player. Gives him 6 goals, which is significantly better from the 0 he gave him last time. An assist on a 6.88, so he has improved a little bit. 2 cup starts, 6.75. 9 international on a 7.08. It's kind of like Peter's reached his level, is what I kind of feel like here. Like, it's not like in the like, he's taking the bull by the horns and putting like a 7.2 up, you know, from a rating standpoint, right? Like, he's putting in some goals in 21, like, what is that, 1 every 3.5 games, something like that. Now, depending on how many minutes he's getting, right? So it's kind of hard to judge that. But he's doing okay. He's just not outstanding. And he's got 2 years left on the contract. I'd be curious. You know, the minimum release clause is $8 million, which is a little more than double. I don't think Brescia would pay that. They might wait to see if his value goes down or something like that. But there's a chance he moves. But I kind of feel like with Peter, it's like, you kind of reached your level. 74 caps. I can't tell you if that's any more. Let's look here. Yep. He's played some in the African nations. Done all right. I mean, the team hasn't done all right. I guess we've missed the ability to see the group stage, but they qualified. You know, he's not on the score sheet for any of it, but he's still their second top player. And he's doing okay. Do you think he's doing okay? I think it's kind of okay. Chris Carpenter, last time we saw him, got promoted to being an important player for Liverpool despite the number of appearances going down. How's he done? Back up to 30. Okay, 27 starts. Okay, the previous season he had 20. Season before that, 24. Season before that, 18. So he's gotten back into the mix. 27 starts, 3 subs, 5 goals, 8 assists. So his goals have significantly dropped off. He doubled his assist tally from last season. He gave him another exact 7.46. He gave him a 7.72 in the cup. He gave him a 7.51 in Continental with 5 goals and 10 appearances, all starts, plus 2 assists. Ooh, only 4 international with 4 goals. Now he had 6 international, 7. Oh, so maybe that's not as much of a drop off as I was fearing, but he scored a goal a game internationally on a 7.85. Liverpool, Sergi Samak is the manager. They finished 3rd 2 years running now. Let's just go back. I want to see if he's had any injuries. Ooh, sports hernia left him out for 4 weeks. So he probably would have had obviously some more starts there. So he's back in the good graces is what I'm seeing here. Is he still being played? Yes. Wow, that is a long, look at all the games he missed from an injury standpoint. So he could have had a bigger impact, but he's injured. Still playing the inverted winger, attacking mid on the left. For Nepal, 4 games. Mongolia was suspended because, I guess, yellow card accumulation. And then, okay, so, he probably played against Greg Baxter. Okay, but he's playing really well. He puts up a hat trick against Mongolia before, I guess, getting sent off. Let's go take a look. Or no, not getting sent off. I guess it was just accumulation. World Cup, first route, first leg. Oh, did they not... Wait. I guess they made it even though... No, they won on aggregate. Okay. 4-3. I guess I was reading that incorrectly because of the donut. So it was a friendly that he played in. Okay. So I guess he didn't play in the SAF Championship Group B. Somebody I think explained that to me, that like maybe that's like players that are based in Asia, like playing for Asian teams or something like that. So he wouldn't be eligible. I'm sure I'll get a comment about that, but I think it's good that like his starts went back up. He would have had, you know, some of those were continental, but like he probably would have had 30 starts and 12 continental starts if he hadn't picked up that hernia. So that's actually not a bad thing that he maybe picks up a couple goals in there, but like his production went down a little bit, but his rating didn't, and he's back in the good graces. So I think it's a good thing. Joe Bridgeman still with PSG, still hanging out. I think he got a raise, 230. I think he was on 210 for a long time. Still a regular starter. Theoretically, they did the double. Again, unsurprising. Okay, 28 starts compared to 23, compared to 11 and 4. So he's bounced back from whatever the, discombobulation was internally. Gives him a 7.21, which I think, yes, is his highest rating with the club and his highest rating of his career. Not bad. 9 Continental on a 6.88. It's okay. 4 Cup starts on a 6.93, and then 8 International on a 7.04. New contract last August, so he got an extension. It was a 5-year deal, so he's got 4 years left with a possible extension. I think Joe just hangs out. I think this is where Joe ends his career. I mean, maybe if he's 30, 31, 32, they move on to someplace else and he wants to keep playing. But when you've made 210 and 230 grand a week for years, do you really feel the need to do that? I guess is the question. Still playing him as a wingback. Again, playing regularly a couple of games. Missed 3 games for suspension and then had, I guess, an injury. Let's find out what that was. A twisted ankle. He was out for a month. So that's his first injury in several years. It's because I brought it up last time. I've cursed him. And then internationally, yeah, I played a bunch of games. Kind of a mixed bag. Gets an assist against Northern Ireland. Let's go see what's going on in Russia. Euro. Okay, this screen looks good. Okay. Top of the group by 3 points, so not out of the hello, they're ahead of France. Okay, that's a tad surprising. And then Nations League B, they got re-promoted, 1 point over Scotland. Sorry, Scotland fans, but doing all right. Still has the sandwich of the Ajax players, but they've added the cheese of a Bayer Leverkusen player. He's now he's still the second top player for the nation. Again, I think he just kind of hangs out. That's what I'm reading out of this. He's like, I took a contract extension. I got more loyalty bonus. My agent got paid. Is his agent still Pekka? Pekka got paid. If you want to use me 30 games a year, great. If you want to use me 15 games a year, great. You're paying me €1 million every month. That's freaking nuts. Gordon Bell is still with Toronto. Again, like we talked about last time, he could move, but I kind of feel like this is like a classic MLS player. Thus far, halfway through the season, 18 starts, which is what we saw last season. Now he's on a 7.31 thus far, which is good. And then last season, he ends up with a total of 25 or 27 appearances, 25 of those being starts. So he only picked up like 9 more appearances in the second half of the season, which is a bit interesting. Did he get injured? Twisted knee. He was out for 5 days, so no. Bruised thigh, out for 4 days, so no. We would have seen the bruised thigh anyway. So they didn't use him the full complement of games. Unless, I can't remember, maybe the first half of the season is heavily weighted with games and there's not as many games in the second half. But, he's on the same wages. He's got 18 months left. Now that could make it interesting because, MLS trying to generate a profit, right? Like profit-minded league. He gets a sell-on fee percentage of 10%. Okay. And they got him on a free. So like, even if quote, you only sell him for $1 million or $2 million, like that's, aside from his wages, gonna be profit. So I'd think they'd want to sell him, but maybe they offer him a contract extension because he's playing at their level and doing all right. And he kind of stays put. He's up to 73 caps, so let's take a look at that. Did he play? Yes, he plays in the Gold Cup Group B at least on a 7.4 and a 6.1 in the win to Puerto Rico. So the win was in spite of Gordon, but he's starting international games for Canada. He's playing as a regular starter for Toronto. I mean, life's pretty good. He hasn't had to go anywhere. Information. Only speaks English, so that might limit him at this age, maybe. Last but not least, yes, Greg Baxter is still with Leeds, so he did get to play with Brian. It was Brian, right? But he's wanted now by Tottenham. Oh, they're going to do the old switcheroo. Tottenham is in the market for some players. That's interesting. He gives them 36 starts on a 7.31. 6 assists. Not bad. 10 internationals with 3 goals on a 7.57. And 4 cup starts with a goal on a 7.47. Not bad. Leeds finishes, again, 9th. Again, we already looked at that, but just to remind you, it's like they've done all right. Still the original contract. He's got 3 years left, plus a possible extension by the club. He is wanted by the Tottenham, the Spurs, $63 million. I would say this is good transfer business by Leeds, right? You pay 15, call it 16 million to make the math easy. He gives you 15 assists as a central midfielder, kind of like a holding mid, a goal, but an average rating in the 7s. Aside from like the first season when he's probably kind of betting into the club and all that kind of stuff. So like, that's not bad. And I mean, now they've paid him. Originally, he wasn't being paid nearly as much, but now he's up to 97 grand. That positioning's still a 19, so I haven't seen anybody as we went through this that's broken through to the 20 mark. Just looking here, so let's take a look. Just make sure they're not playing him any crazy positions. Central mid the whole time makes sense, and then central mid internationally. Let's just quickly take a look here. World Cup qualifying, but they got knocked out by Sri Lanka is what it looks like, because of unless there's like another phase and they got bumped down to that or something like that. East Asia Cup qualifying, we can't even see if he was involved. Maybe not. He was here in the preliminary round, so maybe he would have been involved here, maybe not. Not sure. But I'm quite pleased with Greg's career. I mean, up to 63 million. That is not what I expected when we were stuck down in like the up and down team in Russia. I think obviously the surprise move to Poland elevates his status. He gets snapped up on a bargain, and he's done quite well for Leeds, I think, personally. And once again, my friends, Peck is still good all 10. Hasn't added anybody to the books. And again, you know, the values are going up. I mean, this is not a bad little book of business. This one surprises me. That's probably the biggest surprise for me this episode. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Are you surprised by anything significantly? Like Brian McGee going to Leeds and then wanting to leave immediately? Andrew Wood not getting as many minutes? Mr. Kev being transfer listed and not played? Ugh, what an episode. Hit the like button, my friends. I appreciate your support. It means a lot. And we'll see you next time.